Hello, welcome. My name is Miriam. I'm a family therapist. Today I'm going to talk about children who don't respect their property and don't take good care of their belongings. There could be the children who dump their coat in the entrance to the house the moment they come in. They may break their toys, damage their toys, lose their toys, lose other property, and it seems like they just don't appreciate what they've got. As usual on this channel, I'm going to first talk a little bit about the psychology behind it, why it is happening, and then I'm going to suggest some practical steps you can take to help the situation. So the first psychological point is that we tend to value much more things that are rare, that are harder to get, things that we worked for or we waited for. And what's always available and we can always have, we tend to appreciate much less. Most of us parents grew up with much less materially, and we also worked quite hard in order to give our children what we're giving them. So for us, it's something to be appreciated because we don't take it for granted. We didn't always have it and we had to work for it. But for our children, this is just normal. This is just the way life is. They're at home and they get things to wear, they get things to eat, they get things to play with. That's just normal. So if we want children to appreciate this, we need to put a conscious effort into this. The second point that I wanted to make is that the type of explanations that most parents give their children aren't really helpful. We tend to tell them that we work long hours and we work hard in order to buy them things, but they don't really know what work is, what it entails. They don't really understand what money means. And so it's all too abstract for them. All that they're getting is that we're not happy with them and that we're not really pleased with what they're doing and what they're saying. And the moment they feel that, they become defensive and they don't want to listen anymore. Or we may ask them to appreciate what they've got because other children have got less, but unless they know very well, children who have got less, this is again too abstract, too far from their reality, it doesn't mean anything to them, and all they're getting is that we're not pleased. So the first obvious thing that we could do is make sure that they don't have too much, too many toys, too many things to wear, too much. Sometimes we want to give them a lot because we want to compensate for what we didn't have. Sometimes we just love seeing their enthusiasm when they open a new box or get a new present. And we just want to give them everything that will make them happy. But the more we give them, the more they become desensitized to it, and they need bigger and bigger things and more excitement in order to appreciate something or to be happy with it. So a child that's got a lot and you just give them just yet another toy, they may be even bored. If you've got too much, you may want to donate some, or you may want to rotate them. Put some of the toys away in a box, hidden for some months until children forget about it, then reintroduce them. The less toys children have, the more opportunities they're going to have to develop their imagination and be creative with whatever it is that they have got. So first point is less is more. Secondly, when they do break things or lose things, please don't go too quickly to fix it for them. Don't go too quickly to replace whatever they've lost. They're just going to learn that things are replaceable and they don't really need to take good care of them. Also, don't be angry with them. It's just what happens. If you lose something or you break something, then you haven't got it anymore. That's just what we call a natural consequence. And the more natural consequences they're going to experience, the more they're going to connect between their behavior and the result of it. Before continuing to my next point, I'd love to invite you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, press the bell for notification, and share on social media if you think your friends can benefit too. Third point is to demonstrate and model good care of property yourself. So it's not enough that when you come in, let's say you come in home together, that you put your coat on the hook, but you actually want to say, I'm putting my coat on the hook because I don't want it to crease and I want to take good care of it. That's what we're doing in our family. Model what you're doing, explain what you're doing as you're doing it, and they will learn it from you this way rather than by you telling them what to do. My next suggestion is to make it as easy as possible for children to take care of their belongings. And that may entail a few small changes to your living environment. It could mean putting some hooks at a level they can reach where they can put their coats and bags. It may mean getting some boxes and installing some of the toys in there rather than in the original boxes that are often very difficult to handle. The easier it would be for your children to get their belonging organized, the more likely they are to do it. My fifth suggestion is to give little reminders just before the situations where things are likely to go wrong. So as you're opening the door to your home, you can say, we're going to remember our coats. Or before you start playing, remind them, you know what we need to do when you're done. You don't need to actually say exactly what they need to do. They know. Just a little reminder would do quite a lot, and they're much more likely to cooperate when you've reminded them or asked them a question about it just before the situation happened. Suggestion number 6 is to actively look for occasions where they have put their coat on the peg. They have made sure that they collect all their pens and pencils and put them in the bag. Whatever it is that you want them to do and they do it, give them a compliment, praise them, say how helpful it is, how respectful it is. The more you're going to do that, the more likely your child's going to continue and do more of what you like. Whatever you give attention to is going to grow. Children do want to please. By giving them all these compliments, you're showing them what they can do to please you, what they can do to do the right thing and get lots of positive attention. My last suggestion is for when children ask you to buy them something or get them something, and my suggestion is that you make them wait for it or maybe work for it. When you do that, it's much more likely that they're going to value it more, take better care of it, and appreciate you and appreciate this much more. I'm going to talk more about this in my next video, which is going to be about children who ask for material things. In the meantime, thank you very much. Enjoy your children. Thank you.